Hello friends, I hope you're having a good one wherever you live in the world. Today we are going to cover Herbert Macaulay Way. I'm going to take you through this major road of Abuja that runs from Berger Roundabout. This is Berger Roundabout, you can see that. This is an important junction if you're commuting from any part of the country and you're getting into Abuja. You'll likely find yourself in this place called Berger Roundabout. And today we're going to take this walk from this roundabout all the way down to where it ends in Wuse District. This road connects at least 3 major districts: the Wuse District, Central Business District, and Garki District. However, we'll take it section by section. On this walk, we're going to just cover Wuse District. So, as we walk down this road, I'm going to show you the different Wuse neighborhoods that connect to this road. That way, if you find yourself in Abuja, especially in Beggar, you can easily walk to any part of Wuse District from here if you are going into Wuse District. You're not going to find it difficult to locate anywhere from this spot. So I'm going to take you from this road down to the end of Wuse District that are connected to this Herbert Macaulay Way, right? So join me as I take a walk down this road. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Just look under this video, see where it says subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and perhaps hit the like button as well so that more people will get to see this video. So, starting from Beggar, we're going to walk all the way down to where Wuse District ends, as they are all connected to this Herbert Macaulay Way. Beggar is a very busy place, especially during rush hours like this. You find a lot of people trying to commute back to their various destinations. Major parts of Abuja can be reached from this Beggar roundabout. And so if you listen carefully, you will hear different taxis and commercial buses screaming out loud where their destinations are, so that passengers can locate their buses and taxis right at this spot. It has a lot of high pedestrian traffic, especially because there are so many important business spots located off this road, including work spaces, work neighborhoods, right? Office buildings. You find a lot of them in this location. If you have taken a look at the other videos, especially the one on Zone 5, you will notice that there are really many office buildings located in Wuse Zone 5. And so during close of work, you'll likely see so many people who are going home, trying to catch a bus, leaving that Zone 5 because it's just connected to this neighborhood, and trying to get home from here. But not only that, Wuse Market is just down the road. I'm going to show you the road leading to Wuse Market as we walk down this street. And so during close of business, so many people also choose to, walk down this way in order to find their vehicle to whatever destination they are going to. Buses like this pick passengers to their different destinations. It's a CNG bus. So to my left is Zone 6, and to my right is Zone 5. Wuse Zone 6 and Wuse Zone 5. If you haven't seen my video on Wuse Zone 5 and Wuse Zone 6, all you need to do is search through the videos and you will see the tours of these neighborhoods that I have done. This building to my right is the Federal Inland Revenue Services building. That is Nigerian Revenue Service building. But this road to my left leads into Wuse Zone 6. this road over there, where those vehicles are waiting for their own traffic turn to get into the road, that is the part that leads us into Wuse Zone 6. So I'll be showing you different entrances to different neighborhoods as we walk down the Herbert Macaulay Way. That way you will get to know how to get into any part that you're going to if you're visiting Wuse District. It's a windy evening. It's threatening to rain. I hope it doesn't until I complete this tour. But from the weather forecast, it looks like it's raining somewhere else already. And the way it falls in Abuja is sometimes you find rain falling in a place next to where you are staying without rain actually getting to where you live. So let's say now that I am in that Beggar area, rain may be falling somewhere at Wuse Market, which is down the road, but I won't know until I get there and meet the rain. But the weather here shows that it's actually raining somewhere. It's actually windy. When it gets this windy, it means that rain is falling somewhere in the city. I just might not know where exactly, but rain is falling somewhere already. So again, the turn to my right is Wuse Zone 5. If you are going to Wuse Zone 5 from Beggar, once you get to this junction, you take your right turn. This road here leads to Wuse Zone 5. Can you see that? But immediately after Wuse Zone 5, you will find other Wuse zones like Wuse Zone 2. Wuse Zone 7 will also be found down that road. In fact, even Wuse Zone 1 can also be found there. All right, but we are not going in there. If you haven't watched any of the zones, check out the videos on Wuse Zones 1 to Zones 1 to 7. Those are the number of zones we have in Wuse 1. So we continue. This is a traffic light junction. And so we'll cross the junction and continue on Herbert Macaulay Way. I've shown you the entrances to Wuse Zone 5 and Wuse Zone 6. But there are other entrances to these zones as well. So those are just the beginning of those Zone 5 and Zone 6. As we go down the road, we will see other entrances into the zones. But the entire neighborhood to my right is Zone 5, while the entire neighborhood to my left is Zone 6. Wuse District is among the earliest districts that were developed in the city of Abuja, Nigeria. And so you see very old structures, very old architectural designs, whether they are business buildings or private buildings. You tend to see many old architectural designs because they were among the first that were developed. The moment Abuja started to grow, the moment the master plan development started back in the 80s, very early in the 80s. So this is another entrance to Zone 6. This is Rabat Street. If you are watching that Zone 6 video and you hear me mention Rabat Street, this is how you enter into Rabat Street if you are on Herbert Macaulay Way, all the way from Beggar. This second entrance to Zone 6 is Rabat Street, off Herbert Macaulay Way. And so that's how to get into it, the second entrance into it. There's a ceramic company to my right in Zone 5. But we'll continue on our way. It's easy to find security vans stationed at the junctions of or the entrances to these zones. If you look right ahead of me, you will see a security van there, manned by the police, and that is how they secure the neighborhood. So yeah, you find some of them along this Herbert Macaulay Way, or when you get into some of the neighborhoods you find in Wuse District as we walk down the Herbert Macaulay Way. It's a very secure neighborhood. It's mostly occupied by older civil servants, who were given residencies in districts like Wuse and Garki. Hello, well done. So that's the security van. So this is another entrance. This is Douala Street. This one also takes you into Wuse Zone 5, Douala Street. So if you have also watched Wuse Zone 5 neighborhood, you'll likely remember this Douala Street as well. That's one other way to get into Wuse Zone 5. So the length of this road up until we get to the Wuse Market junction. Wuse Market is actually in Zone 5. Up to the Wuse Market Zone junction, we are still going to, we will be covering Wuse Zone 5 to the right and Wuse Zone 6 to the left. In fact, the only structure that eats into Wuse, into the left part on down this road, is the Wuse Market, which is actually in the Zone 5 neighborhood. You see some of the high-rise buildings built by the government earlier in the development of the city. These high-rise buildings were given to civil servants as residences. So the older civil servants who moved into this city earlier were given buildings like that. If you look to my right, you will see the ones of Zone 5. That one to my left is Zone 6. But look at the one on the right side. Yeah? Can you see that? Those are the kind of block of flats that house the tenant, the civil servants in this neighborhood. Now there's another entrance to Wuse Zone 6 to my left. This one. This should be the third entrance throughout this trip so far, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to catch the name of this street so I can mention it along with the ones I have already mentioned. It's actually written there, but from where I am, just becoming a little difficult to... Esau Street. It's called Esau Street. So that's the third entrance to Wuse Zone 6 from Herbert Macaulay Way. If you haven't done so, please look under this video, hit the subscribe button. I am determined to show you Abuja and its entire neighborhoods and help you see all aspects of it, you know, help you to know what Abuja really looks like for when you would like to visit the city, or if you will want to move into Abuja city. The videos I post on this channel will help you to really learn more about the city, and you'll be able to navigate, you know. You will also be able to take a decision as to what part of Abuja you would like to pitch your tent, you know, find accommodation or move into if that's what you want to do. So that's the essence of this. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button for me. Now, we just approached the junction leading to Wuse Market. The next junction, which gives us a road leading to the left, is the road that leads into Wuse Market. The road actually leads us to Wuse 2. So if you're going to Wuse 2 from Beggar, and you get to this junction here, you will take this left, you will take this left turn and head to Wuse 2. But just a pole down this road is the entrance to the Wuse Market. See where that white signpost is, where the vehicles are taking right on. They're actually getting into Wuse Market from this space. So this is the road that leads us into the market. However, we're taking straight down Herbert Macaulay Way. But the right turn still continues to be Wuse Zone 5. And don't forget that I mentioned earlier that Wuse Market is also in Zone 5. So this road that we just passed, that leads to Wuse Zone, that leads to Wuse 2, this road here is the end of Zone 6, right? This road that leads off into Wuse 2, that enters into Wuse Market, that is the boundary of Zone 6 and Zone 5 on this left side of the road. So every building you see on this side of the road going forward is actually in Zone 5, including the ones on the right side of the road, where you still have high-rise buildings. All these high-rise buildings you look at here, they are still in Zone 5. The majority of the houses in this Zone 5 to my right are high-rise buildings, old high-rise that have been some 30 years plus since they were constructed. Early in the 80s, that's when they were constructed. Yeah, so they are old buildings which have been maintained down to this day. So the busy activities you see on this road as a result of the existence of Wuse Market in this area. Wuse Market is just behind us, or rather right into the left turn. But we are not getting into Wuse Market today. I hope a different video on this channel helps you to see Wuse Market and helps you to see the things you can buy from the market if you find yourself in Wuse District. So this is the next entrance to Zone 5. This road right here. Remember the Douala Street I showed you earlier, right? This is where it comes out, right? Douala Street. So it's more like a crescent that runs round, but it's still a street though. Runs round and rejoins Herbert Macaulay Way. Yeah. So while it's supposed to be the last street in Wuse Zone 5, you can still get into Wuse Zone 5 through a road ahead of us. We'll get to that junction. So the buses you see here some of the identifying marks of the city of Abuja, Nigeria. We used to call them El-Rufai buses, even though the name has since changed or metamorphosed into other names. These days you find many CNG buses that are like that. They are not necessarily bought under the FCT administration of El-Rufai. El-Rufai was one of the former ministers of this capital territory. So he was the one that introduced that design of bus as a transportation means in the city. Many of those buses have been phased out because of old age. Some have been replaced with the new CNG buses, which are now being introduced into the city as at this time to make commuting easy for most people who live at the outskirts of the city, who commute to work every day from the outskirts of Abuja. This bridge is supposed to mark the end of Wuse Zone 5. But somehow, after the bridge, you still see some of the buildings that are inside Wuse Zone 5. For instance, these commercial buildings you see here, which accommodate banks and some other, insurance firms and so on, actually are in Zone 5. They are in Wuse Zone 5. However, it's easy to find a boundary between Zone 5 and Zone 2. It's there. And to our left is Kitwe Street. Kitwe Street now is the beginning of Zone 4. So, right on this Herbert Macaulay Way, we'll start to see Zone 4. So this entrance here leads you into Zone 4. We've shown you the entrances to Zone 5 and Zone 6, but this entrance here leads to Zone 4. We will still see other entrances as we go down the road, but this is the first entrance if you're coming from Beggar to Zone 4 neighborhood. Right early in Zone 4 neighborhood, you see most commercial buildings. But if you walk into that Kitwe Street, you actually will get into the residential neighborhoods of Zone 4, which I have shown you in Zone 4 video. So check it out if you haven't watched our Zone 4 video. But at the surfaces like this, you see so many business establishments like the LifeMate Plaza that you see here, where you see furniture, This is actually Pepsi Mall. It's called Pepsi Mall, where you have light meat business. You have other businesses situated in that building. Well, let me give you a better picture of it from here. Can you see? This is Pepsi Mall. Yeah, but if we walk up a bit, you'll see other malls that are located in Zone 4, at the beginning of Zone 4. Those who are looking for fitness centers can also find them here. There's Eco Fitness Center here, Eco Fitness Hub. That's what you're looking at across the road there. Eco Fitness Hub. There's also a gas station there. A lot of honking going on the streets, mostly by taxis. They like to honk in order to find passengers. There is a car dealership company right there as well. Now, this junction is another important junction because here you see this road going to the right side. When you take this road, it takes you to part of Zone 5, Zone 2, and then Zone 3 will be on the left side of it. All right? If you get to the end of it, you will now get into Zone 1 neighborhood. So this is the road leading off into Zones 3, 2, and 1. Hello, officer.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
How is work?
Thank God.
Well done. All right. But the left side remains Wuse Zone 4. You find the businesses in Wuse Zone 4 along this road. All right, so I'm going to cross traffic light, but I need to be passed before I can do so. All right, so here we go because we are passed by traffic light at this time. People are going home. If you look to the right, you will notice that people are actually trying to make their way home. It's close of work. And oftentimes when you come to this junction, you'll find a lot of people who are trying to find their way home, trying to catch a bus back to their various destinations. As you may know, the bulk of workers in the city. Guys, look at this one. Can you see that? This is one of the ways people go home in this city. For want of transportation, you see a lot of people who are trying to commute back home by jumping the back of trucks like this one. Well, we hope that changes in time. But that is not to say that there are no vehicles going to their destination, commercial buses or taxis going to their destination. Sometimes the human traffic outnumber the people that are actually going to those destinations. And so private vehicles, position themselves to carry these passengers on their way home or sometimes on their way to work to make it easier for them. So when you see a thing like that, please don't be surprised. It's a common sight here to have people jump private vehicles like that. Even though they are open back vehicles and of course stand the risk of falling off the vehicles. But they have to go home. They have to come to work. So whichever means of transport that avails itself, they try to use them. So we are still in Zone 3 to the right. and Zone 4 to the left, which are actually the zones that share boundary with Central Business District. So down the road, we'll get to the end of this tour, which is actually where Wuse District ends, and the Central Business District begins. So to my right is the entrance to Zone 3 again. Can you see that? This is the entrance to Zone 3. And this is called Maputo Street. This is where we find neighborhood center. Remember the electronic market? So Zone 3 shopping complex, which is what you're looking at right there, is located in this neighborhood, just inside Maputo Street. There are many important business plazas that you find in that street. Again, at a junction like this, you find so many people who are trying to go home. You see that there are buses they can actually catch. So these are commercial buses. They're actually commercial buses that go to their destinations, which they can catch. If they don't want to use private vehicles like the one you've seen so far, like the Hilux that is commuting people. Even though the roads here were constructed back in the 80s, you can see how solid the roads are still in this neighborhood. Very strong, very strong construction works. You hardly see cracks on this road. And can you also notice how the trees are planted right in the middle of the Herbert Macaulay Way? Perhaps I haven't mentioned this enough, but I want you to take a look at the trees and the way they line up the center of the road and the sides of the walkways. The walkways you find on the sides of the road and the one in the middle of the road are completely covered by tree canopies. Can you notice that? Let me turn the camera off. Can you see? This is how the entire road is covered by tree canopies. And so if you want to take a walk all the way from Beggar down to the end of Wuse District along Herbert Macaulay Way, you will not likely experience any heat from the sun, because you will be covered under this shade as you walk, either on the sidewalk by the roadside or the one in the middle of the road. This is what is supposed to be replicated in the rest of the districts found in Abuja, Nigeria, but well, perhaps because many of them are still under construction, we haven't noticed them in many of the districts. But that's the idea that was behind the master plan, to make it walkable, to make it trekkable, so that even if you don't want to enter any vehicle or drive, you can actually take a walk throughout the district. To my left is the entrance to Wuse Zone 4, another entrance to Wuse Zone 4. Can you see that? So, in addition to taking you into Wuse Zone 4, beyond this road, you now get into Wuse 2 District as well. This road leads you to that as well. But it's majorly I have to cross the road. It's majorly the entrance to Wuse Zone 4 and all the neighborhoods found in there, including the neighborhood where foreign exchange is done. But of course, the headquarters of foreign exchange Market is just down the road. I will show you the entrance to that place in case you are in the city and you want to change your dollars or euro or whatever pounds, whatever money you want to exchange to naira. You can easily come to Wuse Zone 4 and change your money to naira, especially if you come with cash, or even if it's a bank transfer, you can do them there. But Zone 4 is the major place in Abuja where foreign exchange trading is done. In fact, everywhere you see on my right, on my left rather, you can easily find someone exchanging money along this road. Starting from that junction I just showed you, down to the next junction, and everything in between. If you go in there, there's another road just parallel to the one I'm walking. You will see so many people lining up that street, exchanging money. Whatever currency you want to exchange, that's where you do that in Abuja. Now this is another entrance to Zone 3, to Wuse Zone 3, right? Yeah. And this one is called Abuja Street. Okay, so I've got to cross the road because it is my turn to cross the road. Alright, I'll continue here. So that's the entrance to Abuja Street. Still leads you deep into Wuse Zone 3. You will also find neighborhood center where they find electronics following that entrance. And there are just one more entrances, one to the right and one to the left. The right leading into Zone 3 and the left leading into Zone 4. And that will be the end of the Wuse District, as are connected by Herbert Macaulay Way, which is what I intend to show you today, to show you how you can connect all the districts, or rather all the zones and neighborhoods in Wuse District just by driving or walking along Herbert Macaulay Way. That is the essence of today's walk. That way, if you really want to know Abuja very well, this is one video that will help you to beat your chest and say, yes, I know how to navigate Wuse District. All I need to do is locate Herbert Macaulay Way. Wherever I am, just get to Herbert Macaulay Way. And from there, I can locate all the zones and neighborhoods of Wuse District. If you haven't done so already, you can look under this video and hit the like button for me. You can also hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, so that I can show you many more ways to understand the city of Abuja very well. I know that someday you'll be visiting Abuja, or you may just want to come and live in the city of Abuja, Nigeria, and the videos on this channel will continue to be your guide, now and always. While Google helps you to locate these things from the air, here we are, showing you the ground neighborhoods, what you can actually find on ground when you find yourself in Abuja, the federal capital of Nigeria. So, this is the last turn into Zone 3 neighborhood. Can you see that? It's called Manapulane Street. I will show you the name, how to pronounce it. There's a signpost for it just down ahead of me. But this is the entrance to the last part of Wuse Zone 3 neighborhood. Okay, so just look at this signpost here. Can you see that? That's the name of that street I just mentioned. So perhaps you know how best to pronounce it. I just pronounced it the way I pronounce it. But the left is still zone 4, left turn, okay? So you see many of these coastal buses crisscrossing the city alongside these CNG buses, which is actually presidential initiative, CNG buses for commuting passengers in the city. So this left turn is the last entrance to Wuse Zone 4, and that is where the headquarters of Bureau de Change is. That's where money, foreign currencies are exchanged for naira. Just down this road. You don't need to walk up to 2 poles. Just 1 pole down this road, you will be in the foreign exchange zone of Wuse Zone 4. But that also marks the end of the Wuse District along Herbert Macaulay Way. And so we're going to just show you where the boundary is and then end this trip. Because it's a close of walk time, there are many commuters waiting for vehicles on the roadsides as well. You perhaps notice that there are really many people on the street by this time, but that's because this walk is undertaken during rush hour. It's actually an evening walk that helps you to learn about the city very well. It's a detailed tour of the city and the major roads that we have in the city. We've taken a walk on Wuse Street, which is in Maitama. If you haven't watched that Maitama Walk Show on Wuse, you can check out the video in the playlist of Abuja Walk Show, and you will see that walk. We have also done a walk on Shagari Way, which is the major road that contains the 3-arm zone. 3-arm zone is where the seat of power is located in the FCT. You have the federal secretariats located on that road, the Supreme Court, the headquarters, the Court of Appeal headquarters, the National Assembly, the Presidential Villa, all of them are located in 3-arm zone. And that's why it is called a 3-arm zone, because the judiciary, legislature, and the executive are all located in that one place. It's a high security zone. So it is named 3-arm zone. 3 arms of the government are all located there, along that Shagari Way. So if you haven't watched that video to learn about Shagari Way, check out this playlist, Abuja Walk Show, and see the walk on that road, and see all the important places that you can find there. Now where I am is the boundary between Wuse District and Central Business District, and that is where we'll be ending this trip. This bridge, which is just ahead of me, marks the boundary between these two districts. We will continue our tour of Herbert Macaulay Way from this bridge next time around, so you can see the places found on this Herbert Macaulay Way inside Central Business District. Don't forget that I said that this Herbert Macaulay Way connects 3 different districts: Wuse District, Central Business District, and Garki District. So this bridge marks the boundary and marks the end of our trip. So guys, I hope this trip has helped you to see Abuja Wuse District just along Herbert Macaulay Way and how to navigate the entire Wuse District. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and hit the like button for me. I'm going to see you in the next video, which will show you the next part of Herbert Macaulay Way inside Central Business District. If you want to talk to me directly, look under this video inside the description and you will see the Telegram link there. Join the Telegram group and we can have a chat. Okay? See you in the next video.